And who did you vote for, if you don't mind me asking?
Actually, I voted for Bernie Sanders, believe it or not.
Very cool. Would you consider yourself to be a socialist?
Kind of, but at the same time, anarchist if it goes, or if it gets to that point. Because words are just words until action actually starts. And actions speak louder than words, but at the same time, words speak louder than actions because sometimes it's the right thing to do.
Very cool. So would you say we're all immigrants?
Yeah.
Were you born in America?
Yes, I was.
So you're not an immigrant. Where is the fascism we're seeing from this regime?
The immigration ban, like targeting minorities, people that aren't white generally, Pence being against LGBT people, wanting to execute them.
When did he say that?
When he was, I don't know, before this. I know that he was in favor of the death penalty for LGBT people. Yeah.
Trying to talk to Antifa. Is any of you guys in Antifa? No. Yes. You proud to be American?
No.
Which country would you rather be from? Where would you rather live right now if you could pick anywhere?
I don't believe in the abstraction of a state or a nation.
Like, what are some things that America's done that you're embarrassed about?
Coming, like white European settlers coming to this country and just slaughtering Native Americans to build a settler colonialist state, just like they're doing.
Whose fault is that? Is that my fault? Is it your fault?
No, and I never said it was. Yeah. I never said it was, but we do. I do believe that you have a responsibility as a white person to right those wrongs, to try.
Don't you think it's kind of racist in a way? To think that you're almost better than other people, that you have to like right the wrongs because you're white. But like my people were in Italy getting oppressed by Mussolini.
Why are you motivated to come out here and like squabble with like people who are fighting fascists if you disagree with them?
I don't think you're actually fighting fascists. I think you think you're fighting fascists because the media spun this whole thing and committed to Trump's the worst, Trump's the worst, Trump's the worst. Trump actually won, and now they're kind of like doubling down on their agenda. I think there's not actually a fascist America. We duly elected this guy, and you guys are here in the streets protesting it. What's wrong with that? If this was a fascist America, they would be zip-tying you up and beating you and taking you on a bus and shipping you out. Well, you're not an anti-fascist. They're almost like punking you with that, like the people that are supporting, that are like paying for the group, people that like paid for this sign.
Do you understand how condescending it is to imply that you are in this position of enlightenment and like...
That's what you're doing to me. Imagine how I feel.
Getting only Muslim-majority countries.
Because all these Muslim-majority countries, a lot of them don't have paperwork, and ISIS has been saying we're going to infiltrate the American refugee system.
Maybe the ideology in those countries like harbors more anti-Semitism, but once again, like we have...
A ton more. And then gay people. Imagine you bring refugees here and you bring them to Boys Town. What are they going to do when they see gay guys doing gay stuff? They're going to freak out.
That may be true, but that doesn't matter. Like, we're a really racist, sexist, homophobic country ourselves. We
should bring in some racist, sexist, homophobic refugees and make it real and really commit to it. People get thrown off roofs and stoned to death for like breaking these weird laws.
That's true. Those things exist in those countries.
They're going to come here and change?
It doesn't mean it's fundamental about them as people. People can change ideologically. I hope...
So you're going to come bring them here and be like, all right, take off your burqas, or put a bikini on. This is a way better life in America.
No, I think that people should be able to wear burqas if they want to wear burqas, you know? I don't think women should be forced to wear burqas.
Well, they are in these countries.
But guess what? I'm not Middle Eastern.
A little underwhelmed by the day. I don't think November 4th was all it, cracked up to be, but maybe 1 p.m. was too early of a start for these kids.
You should come and talk. We need to know the ignorance in the country. We need to know what you guys believe.
Definitely.
Exactly.
What's some of the ignorance that Ben Shapiro said or done that you don't like?
I believe that the workers should unanimously just choose to take the means of production, and then I believe that the workers should control the means of production.
Okay. So, like, how would we implement that in the U.S.? Well, what would the plan be if you were to, have your way? We're seeing right now is censorship on the right.
What?
I mean, communists and socialists and Antifa, they are pretty present on social media and stuff, but the censorship is really happening to conservative voices. Look what's happening here. Milo's trying to speak, and people are coming here and saying he shouldn't. Do you think Milo should speak today? You're against censorship, so do you think Milo should speak? Muslim ban. It's only 6 countries that Obama put in place. And it's not a Muslim ban. Look at the terrorist attack today. Look what's happening in Europe. Europe's getting destroyed by refugees.
No, they're not. That's complete fabrication.
Dude, there's an acid attack in England every day. Sometimes there's 5 a day. Europe right now, basically open borders. A lot of these countries, Sweden, Germany, France, and they're getting destroyed. My mom just went to Italy, and she's like, you can't walk around at night in certain areas. Certain towns are just completely Muslim now, and they're just bringing their own culture there and taking over, and they don't respect the laws. They don't respect the laws. They're not assimilating. That's what immigration's all about. They're not assimilating.
It's not. Why is that about assimilation? Why can't you?
It's always been about assimilation. Even Democratic presidents that you probably agree with back in the day are like, you come here, you learn English. What is Antifa's goal? Bigger picture.
Like any anti-fascist. If you're against authoritarian governments based on racism, you're an anti-fascist.
And where are you seeing the racism in the U.S. that you are opposing? This is just for the interview. This is for the conversation. Where are you seeing racism in the U.S.? I'm with Fleccas Talks.
Bill Clinton's a racist. I mean, he's a rapist.
He messed it up by 1 letter, but maybe right on both.
I don't agree with his views, no.
Which are you not happy with?
I think he's just...
Did he say something that you just don't like?
I can't pick out a quote in particular.
Yeah, I'm just wondering who's the guy we're yelling at.
Off our streets!
Who's the guy? Which is the guy?
Which guy?
The guy that we're...
Okay, I don't know you.
Okay, but just tell me who we...
You know you. Don't talk to me.
All right, that's one way to live.
Every white supremacist in the country supports Donald Trump.
Every Black Panther supported Obama.
And I would argue that the Black Panthers are way better than the KKK or any white supremacist.
The same thing on the other side. It's just identity politics using violence. Okay, what about Robert Byrd and the left and the Clintons and Obama connections with Robert Byrd?
Who's Robert Byrd?
We don't talk to Nazis. Yeah, me neither. I also don't talk to Nazis. I've never even seen a Nazi.
Get out of my face, bro.
You're in my face? Okay. Good talking to you. Nice another leftist. What's your favorite thing that Obama did? He dropped 26,000 bombs on Syria in 2016. Do you like that? What are we protesting?
Well, there are a bunch of alt-right people over there, and which that's pretty much synonymous with neo-Nazis, and I don't like them in my backyard, so I'm here to just be like, hey, stop that.
Very cool. Yeah, me too. How do you define alt-right? What is the alt-right?
It's this kind of like newer rightist ideology that tries to... I feel like I'm an idiot because I'm on the spot right now, but...
Did any Nazis show up on the other side?
They've been walking around. I've seen a couple.
Actual Nazis?
Who knows what they are? All I know is they're talking race hate.
What are some of the things they're saying that makes you think they might be Nazis?
What makes them think that? Well, they're talking race hate. And I didn't say they were Nazis. That's just the atmosphere of today.
Very cool. What are some of the things you're hearing that are racist and inappropriate?
You name it, they've said it.
Is it something that happened tonight or just in general?
Today. Yeah, today.
Fleccas Talks, baby! I'm a full-born Lenin communist.
He killed
on my arm.
He killed a lot of people. A lot of people died from him.
Okay, how many people died from capitalism?
How many?
Exactly.
It's the guy from last time.
Yo.
Still here. Have you gone home since last week?
Yeah.
Nice. He does not live in the park. What did you think of Sean Spicer when he compared Assad to Hitler?
I think that he made a mistake, but I think that it's unfortunate use of imagery.
You think so?
Yeah.
I mean, Assad killed 500,000 people.
So I'm not saying that Assad is a good man. I'm saying that it's unfortunate to draw on that kind of historic imagery to talk about modern events.
I mean, you're kind of doing that too, though.
That's right. So what I'm doing is drawing parallels between political policies. I don't think that you should equate every what Hitler did was use. I don't even have a good way of explaining this.
We know he's a pathological liar. Because
who did you vote for?
Hillary.
And Trump's pathological liar, and you voted for Hillary Clinton?
She's been a lot more honest. He's like, we all know about how she lied about being shot at.
Are you joking?
She is. It's like, one thing we know about, you know how she claimed she was shot at Bosnia a while ago?
Yeah.
We all know she lied about that.
Yeah.
No one's questioning that.
And the emails. And then how she treated people that accused Bill Clinton of rape. How she made $250 million as a public servant in 10 years. The Clinton Foundation.
She's actually
Haiti. Fleccas Talks in the books. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for walking through the shot. How many illegal immigrants or undocumented immigrants do you think there are in the U.S. right now?
Something like 12 to 15 million, maybe.
Where do you think the number could get to?
I would be fine with 100 million.
That's like a third or a quarter of the population.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. I mean, this whole thing about that there's a limited amount of resources, in one sense it's true. Scientifically, it's possible to, in the world, to create a good life for everyone.
You here protesting today?
Yes, we are.
What are you protesting?
What's this for?
He's calling for attacks against women. He's calling for attacks against gays and homosexuals. The whole regime has got to go.
Attacks against gays? What? I've not heard about that.
I don't have a specific thing that.
You trust her?
I do.
Were you really upset when you found out that Trump sold 20% of our uranium to Russia?
I had not heard that actually right now. I mean, wow, that is not good.
And some people within his campaign also got paid $500,000 by Renaissance Bank to give a speech.
Wow.
The Renaissance Bank's a Russian bank.
Oh yeah, this is all very sketchy stuff.
Were you also upset to learn Middle Eastern countries like Saudi Arabia had donated tens of millions to his foundation, knowing that he was potentially going to be president and would expect something in return?
Absolutely. It's deep pockets and they're just trying to run things yeah.
Did you know that all those things that we just listed were actually done by Hillary Clinton?
And we're here protesting the ties to Russia. Maxine, what about your retirement fund ties to Russia, $200,000?
That's a lie.
It's a lie.
So be honest, of the people you interview, what percentage have a kind of thoughtful explanation for why they're there and what they believe?
I would say 5 to 10%, legitimately.
Whoa, it's that low.
Yeah. What are we protesting about Trump?
Fascism and the fact that his campaign was modeled based on Hitler's. Sure, he's not as bad as Hitler currently, but if he gets his way, eventually he will be.
You think he's going to kill 6 million Jews?
Steve Bannon would love that. I don't think it'll happen, no, but they would love for that to happen.
Who'd you vote for?
Oh, what about building the wall? We won't even talk about that.
He's guilty.
Of what?
Treason.
Where'd you see that?
Why?
Where is he? Yeah, where did he do treason?
Oh, you know the answer to that.
No, I don't, because it's not true.
Let's have a colored-filled America, a melting pot, like America was supposed to be built on.
What about the diversity you're seeing on the Trump side? There's blacks, Hispanics, gays for Trump. There's a lot of different people that support Trump.
Is there? Well,
Racism, constantly.
Where are you seeing racism?
On television. Anywhere, really.
Like, what has he done that's racist, I'm saying?
I don't know.
You think Trump is racist?
Well, I know that.
Against who?
Says, let's make America white again.
What about in the 90s when Jesse Jackson gave him an award for being a champion to the black community?
Hey,